Ahoy, landlubbers! It's me, your Captain Vasco speaking, and welcome. It's Friday, February the 19th. That's correct. I don't know why it's so hard for me to remember these things. Dates are like constantly in play at my work, like constantly. Maybe it's some defense mechanism where I decide that, like, I'm just gonna not think about dates when I'm not working. It's a strong month because I didn't really plan for anything after completing Strong Week. So I think currently the plan is to like play Resonance of Fate through the rest of February, and then after that maybe do Resonance on Fridays and something else on Saturdays. Unless, like, again, like, people are just really interested in powering through the game, because we could do that also. Um, yeah, we left off last stream. We somehow defeated the Cannon Colossus, and by somehow I mean it was really goofy. We just sort of shot him back and forth forever with two characters and no try attacks, because that's how that chapter works. But eventually we got there. We moved on to the next chapter, which we're in the midst of. And we had like a little bit of extra time at the end of last stream, and I attempted to do... I think someone said the canonical name for them is danger zones, the like red spaces with like boss level difficulty. We tried to take on one of those that showed up, I think, with the new chapter, chapter 7. And I think we could do it, but like it at our current level, I think it's going to be a lot of trial and error. So I think the first thing I would like to do is go to the Dakota Vein, which we unlocked in chapter 5, and it should provide some experience. I remember it being like a relatively long dungeon. I don't think the level will be like too prohibitive. I think we might be like slightly over leveled. I think if you do it like right when chapter 5 comes out, it should be like fairly difficult. But I think just like even a little bit after that, it's like pretty reasonable until like you're definitely outclassed for it, which I don't think we are yet. But yeah, so I think that's where we will pick up. I'm gonna turn down the volume for myself because the game is so much louder than the menu. Let's hop on over and load up, because if we don't load, then I think we're still in the boss fight. I don't actually remember if I just suspended the console that whole week. So yeah, that right there is the square in question, but we're gonna go down. Excellent, a random encounter immediately. I really didn't remember there being so many enemy voice lines, like stating the name Basil. For some reason, that's really like caught me off guard playing through this game again. I just like definitely don't remember that being like a prominent feature. Guess I don't have to jump. Interesting that you can even scope through a solid object. It's not exactly how scope works. In a case like this, I'm always tempted to use grenades, but I'm not gonna do that here. I always tell myself every time I play through this game that I'm gonna be better about leveling grenades, but like you really have to set up grenades for them to actually gain measurable amounts of experience. Alright, to the Dakota Vein, through this tedious winding path I created for myself. It's dungeon time. So it's 2 characters, huh? I think we could work with this. I'm just like bullying him, just like shoving him, walking straight forward. Bagdwell's level 36, huh? Let's see how that plays out. I'm gonna take my direct shot where I can get it. Get all that scratch damage off. And shoot the other guy. I'm gonna do a lot of damage to Zephyr, but like a manageable amount of a lot of damage. Yeah, airborne dwellers. They're gonna be juggling with guns. Delightful. Let's see, we got 4 points. I could cross with like Zephyr or something, but I think I just want to go for it. Let's do like this. That did more than I expected. I thought I was going to get him like much of the way there, but not even most of the way there. I'll probably get him, right?
I see right through you.
Nice.
I wish I could have seen what it's like up there.
Alright, so we came in from white, and we will go to blue. We're in yellow. I feel like I'm navigating my parking space at a theme park. It's like, alright, we're at Mickey and Friends, but we're like not quite at Pluto. We're like 3 rows from Pluto. Somebody write this down.
I'm not much for backing down from a fight.
Oh. Yeah, this room feels familiar. I remember the struggle. As I recall, like, the enemies here aren't, like, super tough, but, like, there's a lot of weird, like, structures, like this standing box thing that, like, make hero actions and such more difficult than they might otherwise be. This could be a nuisance. Probably not quite a problem, but definitely a nuisance. I can say thank you for the 43-month resub. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? It's Friday. Does that help? There's even a gap between these boxes, so you can't like really triangle. It's so rude. I think I'm supposed to go wide. Leveled up from that. And I finally scratched the guy. And the males are laying eggs. Something like this. I really wanted his hat. I guess I'm getting this guy's hat, so it doesn't matter. Gauge break? Hey, gauge break. Had some non-medical type issues you were able to fix, and it was amazing. That's great!
Bark but no bite.
Bark but no bite. Having fewer problems is great, no matter what. Oh, it's a ramp. I see. This space is designed as like the anti-triangle, and I don't appreciate it. I have to admit, I'm dealing with like a medical quasi issue right now that's really irritating. Like a year and a half ago, I had my last physical. I would have had one more recently than that for my company mandate, were it not for that whole pandemic situation you might have heard a thing or two about. But when I saw it, my doctor was sort of like, oh, you have like kind of like a earwax buildup, like maybe get like an over-the-counter solution for that or something. And like, I wasn't really having any issues with it, and I was like, it doesn't sound that important. I don't really like poking around my ears. It sounds like bad stuff can happen. And, well, it's long story short, it's gotten worse, and I mostly can't hear out of my right ear this whole week. So that's like D-. It's been really annoying, especially because at work, I've been assigned, like, a whole bunch of extra, like, do phone calls tasks. I can tell you that's the same thing you fixed? That's wild. I found something online I like almost ordered the other day. Like Dobrex or something. As the over-the-counter thing. What did you use? It sounds like it was effective for you. It's also funny because we both could have talked about this at any point during the week and neither one of us did. Thank you, Kate, and I appreciate that. I'm gonna shoot this guy and hope for a gauge break. Well, I should have let him drop. It's funny, I don't think it's come up yet in this playthrough. If you are doing a hero action... I'm sorry, what was that grenade throw about? That was goofy. It was a silly joke move. If you're doing a hero action, you're on an elevated, like, platform and you have, like, a flat drop-off, there's, like, a little bit of a pause when you land. It's similar to the way that I often, like, jump towards the end of a hero action to, like, get more time to, like, charge up shots or something. So I could have done that. Actually, like, not light on bezels or anything. I was like, maybe I'm supposed to target, like, the other gangster guy and, like, get back bezels, but, like, it doesn't seem like that's what I want to do at all. Bad time I didn't want to run into him and get stuck. But again, I could have... Whoa. It was like way more scratch damage than I expected. Okay. This time I will do the drop and demonstrate the thing I explained a moment ago. See, he like hesitated when he landed. I didn't just shoot him more. He's actually kind of close to just dying to bullets. A novel trait in this game, to be sure. Kind of shocking that that didn't work. We have 7 resonance points. Now there's like a guy like up and over there, but I feel like with 7 resonance points we really should be able to do this, right? I think we want something like this, yeah. Okay. It's probably not. Got a lot of resonance points to just run around in a triangle and wait for him to, like, do whatever he's doing. Never mind, he's, like, super dead. Whee! Alright, so now we gotta go to red if we're gonna clear everything out, which, like, let's be honest, we came here to guns. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm not much for backing down from a fight.
This feels familiar. Are there prizes in here? Yes. Yeah, this feels familiar. 2 level 36 guys? I mean, the level 36 guys have not proved to have, like, a considerable amount of health. Exactly.
I see you.
Probably just, like, gauge break him, considering his limbs are, like, relatively well endowed. With hit points, obviously. I don't know what you were thinking. I mean, it was a better grenade than the last grenade I saw someone use. I'll say that. Get that one limb. Cool. Break his gauge. Ow. Okay, what does a triangle look like? Yeah, it's a little wonky. I think I'd like to have Leanne do another move. Got bezels for this. Wow, look at all that scratch damage. I did like half the other guy's health in like incidental scratch damage. 17, 15. Okay, we'll do it like this then. Yeah, I got that one limb. Oh my god, I got the worst bonus shot. Did anyone enjoy that bonus shot? Hey Neko, welcome to the stream. You're shooting frag dwells like it's going out of style. Wait, it's not going out of style, is it? I got like a lot more of these to kill, I'm pretty sure. Boom! You love to see it. It's just that one box, huh? What do you think? Single escape hacks, or... Where the site Extra Life? No idea. Let's open this box. Oh man. Hey, 5 times escape hex. What a deal. What a combo pack bundle deal. Which I feel like that's my like black market mafia nickname. I recently played a game. I know I'm like late to the party, it's not like a new game or anything. But I had never played Control, and it was like the free PlayStation Plus game, or a free PlayStation Plus game in January, I want to say. I tried playing some of that this week, and it's one of the only games that has a more like hilarious box opening situation than Resonance of Fate. There's these like sealed trash can looking things that like contain resources for like upgrades, and when your character, they like press a button to unlock it and then they just like flip the lid like they're like flipping a table over because they lost at cards or something. Extra Life is a good source of Dark Souls info. What is it exactly? Like some sort of generic Wikipedia for games? I definitely haven't heard of it. I want to kill this guy? Probably. I mean, with him approaching like this, I should probably be able to kill him with relative ease. Can I shoot him to death from here? Let's shoot him apart. I think I will barely miss it. No, I just got it. Extra Life has been streaming Darkest Dungeon. I've noticed... You know, like, I have, like, an Android phone, and so, like, it sees that I, like, do Google searches about certain things, and then, like, as a result, like, updates this, like, news app to, like, tell me when things happen related to those searches. Sometimes I have to tell it to not do that, because I just, like, search one thing one time, and it's like, yeah, do you just, like, always want to know about that? It's like, nah, I just had one question. But, like, I did a bunch of Darkest Dungeon searches for, like, random stuff when I was, like, streaming it and whatnot. And, you know, when we were uploading some episodes to the YouTube channel before Life found a way. And I've just noticed that, like, I've been getting a lot of hits on that lately. Like, a lot of people seem to be playing, like, Darkest Dungeon for the first time right now or something. Which is, like, cool. I obviously played it, like, way after it was, like, new or relevant. I probably, like, shouldn't try to, like, get him up on that ledge. I was afraid that was going to happen, but it seemed relatively unlikely. I'm glad that gangster's coming over here, because it's like a real good chance we're going to triangle in like just a minute. Apparently I got this bonus shot, that's nice. And I really don't want to get him, like, on top of the box. That'll make my life really difficult. Perhaps he could shoot me from all the way over there. Ooh, Japanese cake box arrived. That sounds very exciting, Neko. Have you opened it to know what type of cake it is, even though you're saving it for your birthday? Interesting. I really don't actually have that much experience with CRPGs, even though I know you're really big into them, Cotillion. Is this what I want to do? Maybe I just want triangle? Yeah, I think I actually just want triangle. Keeps doing more damage than I'm expecting. Oh, there's another fellow. I got thrown off by the targeting switch because I wasn't expecting there to be that enemy there. We're friends now, he and I. So I want to go... Yeah, I think I want to go like this, even though this probably looks weird. Both of your hats, please. Back hat, please. Okay. Got his back hat. And bonk. Dumps like a truck, that one. Okay. It's a little different than what I actually planned originally, but I think I'm gonna go with... Who do I target? This guy. Soften him up a little bit. And I broke his gauge. And can I get this guy down to his breaking point? I doubt it. Kind of close. Kind of close. Ooh. That's worse than I expected that to be for some reason. By some reason, I mean I'm bad at games. This is going to be a short run, so let's take out the guy with less health. I sure hope there aren't other enemies here, because I don't want to wait for them to, like, walk over here, or whatever. Boop. Something like this. This might be a little off. Triangle time! Yeah, this seems fun. Threat suppressed. And once again, Leanne unceremoniously descends. I also forgot that, like, you can see in HD that, like, when the enemies, like, die, they materialize into water. Which, as far as I know, isn't actually explained with any sort of lore-related reason. But I could be mistaken. Sledgehammer? There's a song about this. I forget how it goes. I remember Sledgehammer being like a real butt. It would have been really funny if I got that bonus shot. I want to be like... here, maybe? Maybe. Maybe! His limbs look like they're exhibiting less health than I might have otherwise assumed. So if I go like here, it does things. Glad I cleared that corner. Wasn't sure how physics was gonna work. I've broken a couple of this guy's gauges. Just want to be nowhere near the corner of that box, is my current default. This should be fine, I think. And his other limb. Yeah. He lost his punching arm. Well, the body's got some health, but still not like an insurmountable amount. Again, I think if we had taken this on like 2 chapters ago, this would have been like a lot. I tried to jump, but I was like right at the corner of the triangle, and it got kind of weird. Broke off his helmet or something. Oh, yeah, there we go. So like, I wouldn't say it was like easy, but that was like low-level challenge. If I were still like out of practice shaping my triangles, I think that would have been harder. It's a little rough that the exits to the color-coded room are red or different shade of red. But I'm pretty sure this is the one that I want. Shubop, shubop.
Won't take much to beat these into submission.
Wow, these this particular box is a real hassle. It's like something like here. All right, get his hat. All right, got his front hat. I'm gonna try and break his gauge. Probably would have been better off just focusing on the one guy. But like, I got roughly a whole man's worth of scratch damage in. Like, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp for a while, they just added a bunch of new cat-related content. Nice, Neko. You could carry around a cat plushie. Nice. Alright, so I'm gonna go this way. Try and kill that guy, and then do whatever I can to the other one, I guess. Actually, let's... Yeah, something like this, I think, is what I actually want. I'm targeting the correct guy. I got his hat and I broke his gauge. These are good verbs that don't sound like English when chained together. Let's see. 3 points, 3 dudes. Only 1 cut. I think we're gonna be alright here. Let's target this guy first. With Leanne going that. Sounds good. That should be plenty, I think. Yeah. It's actually about right. Mostly because of the distance, I suspect. This isn't helping. Try to wait as long as possible before firing, but if they run completely out of momentum, you will just sort of watch them land. Alright, is there anything in this room? Usually there is. However... Well, that's just rude. I feel like I should get a prize for killing all those guys.
Everyone to sleep.
Hey, Sledgehammer's gone. What gives?
You want me on offense or defense?
Leanne goes both ways.
Alright, I'm still
Hey,
doing this.
save it, why don't you?
So, is it just 3 guys? Just 3 frag dwellists? Better than Dweller? Who is in turn better than Dwell? No, you know what? I think this calls for... Yan to go first. I think. See how this actually plays out in practice. I don't want to target though. Maybe this guy so I can clear the scratch damage. I don't actually know if that's better. Turns out it's about the same.
I keep looking at it, everything will
Hey, level. Oof. Where did that grenade come from? I didn't actually see someone throw a grenade, it just sort of happened. Definitely don't. A thing that like may seem obvious or may not seem obvious is that you really never want to touch the actual wall of the room. While it doesn't necessarily seem like that might be an obstacle, you can definitely just bump into the wall, whether it has like a tangible mass like this fence or not, and it'll ruin your day. Wow, look at how much damage this left dwellist took from that grenade, wherever it came from. That's like not an insignificant amount of damage.
Straight to hell! Too slow.
I like how he says too slow, and then he does like the slowest, most prolonged possible animation for just firing a gun. I don't think I'm gonna shoot this guy apart, but it'd be really sweet if I did.
That was your last. Who do you think you're missing?
I do, however, think that when I take my next turn, as also Vacheron, that I will be able to do that maybe.
Too late. You want some of this? Too late for regrets. There we go. You gotta be kidding.
I like having the one, like, spend this entire time, like, running slowly over to this half of the room. And, like, by the time it gets here, it's like, perfect, you've arrived just in time for me to kill you and all your friends. Zephyr's having a rough day. It does kind of seem, anecdotally, at least, like whoever you have go first somehow draws the most fire automatically, and that might partially be because you're like running them into the crowd and they start targeting them first, but it feels like it goes beyond that somehow. It's like difficult to articulate. See how much this is. Most, not all.
This the spot?
Somebody charges Vacheron him. Ooh, I got Filthy Pouch too. How very exciting. I guess we'll go to green. I'm not sure legs work that way even when physics doesn't apply at all. It's just how slow the enemy really is. They're basically not moving, and Zephyr's able to move incredibly slowly. Fair point, Echo. Fair point. You know, it's actually kind of weird, come to think of it. There are very few prizes in any of these side rooms. There's usually not, like, great prizes, but when you do, like, the main dungeons, usually it's, like, you know, aid R-S or whatever, times 2. And it's, like, it's not a lot, but it still feels like, there was a reason to come over here. And plus, like, the game sort of conditions you that, like, that's the way you should sort of behave. But, like, really, I guess if you come to the Dakota vein, if you don't want that stack of 5 escape hexes, you should really just, like, go straight for the end, which is just, like, a little weird. Because, again, the game kind of, like, conditions you to not do that. I don't know the name of this particular gangster, but I love his weird, like, Zephyr, like, jumps over the wall and is, like, flipping and shooting at the other guy, and he's just sort of like, I'm gonna get over there. Nobody look at my face, but I'm on my way. Shady Thug Shotgun. Of course, abbreviated as STG. Ow. Hats, please. Said, hats, please. There we go. Got his hat. Oh, is that a problem? It's just annoying. It's not a full-blown problem. Okay, so how do we feel about this? Triangle time? It's not the best triangle. But trying not to triangle also seems rough. Hey, it's EV Point Master. Welcome, welcome. One thing you notice when you get the camera real close to the dwellist that drops the filthy pouch, it looks an awful lot like a Louis Vuitton bag. I've noticed that as well. Can we do that? Yeah, check that out. Can I get any closer? Oh yeah, that's good. That's pretty good. But like right there on his, like the right side of his hip is like a big old purple clutch that's not big enough for like him to use as a purse, but like is definitely purse-esque. Then we should thank you for gifting a sub to Neko. You're on your 412 streak, which is a deeply concerning number, but thank you. Thank you nonetheless. Okay, so I haven't actually answered my hypothetical question about this triangle and its merits. I'm gonna say... we're gonna end up where they started, huh? I'm gonna try it. It should be like right up in his business. I don't know why Vashron would have gone first. That feels weird. You're gonna be dead. Alright, for a game where physics is a literal joke, like, things are still a little bit off the rails right now.
Too late for regrets.
That went okay. Which I think all of my options there were essentially like, okay. I essentially got that to work exactly the way I wanted it to. Which is not often the case, actually. Okay. I think having survived that will probably be okay. Yeah, I think the goal here is have everyone just sort of shift one point in the triangle and have Vashron try to kill this one dude and harm the other. Smackdown?
Always happen to like my
Okay. Even though I find the perimeter of boxes still reasonably annoying, I do sort of like this area where it's like all the enemies are in the center and it's all about positioning. I actually get a ton of opportunities to do that, and I think that's cool. Yeah, I got him airborne. I got yet another comical bonus shot. I wonder what, like, the real world, like, equivalent would be to the bonus shot. Like, where's the point where, like, they've just, like, reached a trajectory where you're like, got it, now I can shoot him several times in a row. All my characters were at full health before that attack happened. So 2 points. I really have 2 basic options here. I can triangle right now and kill this duelist, and probably not kill the shady thug, but that's fine because he's like relatively tame by himself. Or I could, like, move twice with Vashron to, like, remove the scratch damage from the thug, set up a good triangle, and go at it with 4 points. Which seems grossly excessive, so I'm just gonna do this. That should be plenty. Oh, the thug conveniently moved close enough for Leanne to, like, shoot him a bunch. Did seem to recover most, if not all, of his scratch damage. But it's fine. I'm gonna shoot him apart. It's not that much shotgun thug left to be had. I saw his face, it was his only weakness. Much like me, my face is my weak spot. I use it for perceiving things. Alright, I'm leaving this useless room. Although I enjoyed that. That was fun.
This shouldn't take long.
Just the one? Okay. Alright, I accept your terms. And your conditions. However... it's time for Leanne to go first. Yeah, I feel like that was pretty good. I wanted to kill him over here so that when I fell, I'd be right next to the exit. Next level. Uh-huh. Alright, so what's the thing I want to do? Like, line awkwardly across, cross over? Doesn't seem great. Am I just supposed to sort of start angling myself on this weird box segment? Seems a little bit more realistic. What's the game plan exactly? Just get everyone on the box, hope everyone comes to me, and then do a try attack? That sounds about right, I guess. Hat, please. Edge, please. Hey, you got both. Sup, friend? You're quite damaged. I didn't actually expect to get both of his hats. There's something really funny, an underappreciated levity to, you know, we're three psychopaths shooting other humans with guns repeatedly. And one of those gangsters, like, shoots a machine gun at Leanne, and her response is, meanie. Maybe this guy's the problem. I need him to get closer. Everyone else I can sort of deal with by, like, gradually progressing my shapes in their direction. But I don't know how to get downstairs McGee over here to come play nice with the rest of us. Like, I think what is this? Gas tank. So I think that one actually explodes when you shoot it. Unlike the battery, which looks really similar and does virtually nothing when you shoot it. Yeah, there's that guy too. So I feel like hypothetically I want to have like Leanne move down there, scratch that guy, set up the other two as a triangle downstairs. But like, how do I kill this idiot? I have a vague idea if it comes to it. Hopefully he comes closer and I don't have to do something quite so stupid, but, you know. Doing stupid things hasn't stopped me before.
Drop from the weak. That's the law around here.
Alright, that guy came closer. Alright, that guy is coming closer also. Tambien. This isn't great. I think it's correct.
This will be fun.
Almost, friend. Almost. This is like so stupid because it is so stupid. Ooh, I hit my 8% gauge break chance. That's fun. So close. Actually. But then I lose my points because they're both situated over there. Okay. I'll sort of modify the original plan to some extent. I think is more or less the idea. There's so many bezels in this room. I've been at like full bezels the whole time. Look at how many bezels. It's on.
From the weak.
Ding! Rude. I think I've joked about this before on the YouTube channel. I do feel like there should be an enemy in this game that has a bunch of limbs, but it just like presents as a single like stack of hats on like a walking cactus or something. I'd like everyone to note that I have 10 resonance points that I just absolutely don't need. I could have triangled for so long a triangle.
You want me on offense or defense?
Yeah,
Goes both ways. Good to know.
this is what I'm talking about. I don't know how annoying this is going to be, but it looks fun.
I'm working. Time to die.
No airborne sledgehammer. I might be going too far out with this, but the other one does look like it's coming close to me, so I don't think I'm going to need the ramp. Ow, ow. How did I get that bonus shot? The non-physics are particularly interesting right now. Technically, I think I want to get really close to Leanne, but I think in practice I should not do that. Break his gauge. Rough. Well, it helps that he's targeting a different character now. I thought I remembered the melee attack being like way less strong than the ranged attack. Maybe that's just after you've broken off like one of his specific limbs. I know this guy cares a lot about his limbs being broken off. Alright, well, I'm gonna try and scratch the dickens out of this guy.
My bullets are a one-way ticket down.
Looks like a house. That means it's
Here goes.
once I decide to kill someone.
Eat this.
You want some of this?
Surprised Vashron was the one who got the shot off there. Oh wow, she gets to end over here? That's very fortunate for me. Yeah, that went pretty well. Now, do have to worry about that guy. So let's see. If I cross here, then Zephyr has to go against the wall, which means that she has to go into the corner. But then, hopefully I can get her, like, really far away? Although, in reality, I need Zephyr to move the most. So is there a more interesting thing I can do? Like if I would want to do... I'm a little further to the right of my current perspective than I want to be in theory. Man, I want to move this guy out of range of the big punch guy. And I also want to use my direct damage to kill the fully scratched sledgehammer. And it seems like I should be able to do those things together, except that this ramp makes that kind of difficult. Because, like, if I move, like, over here to, like, maximize my distance from fully intact sledgehammer, then what I find is that all my future triangles are going to look terrible. So what if I have Vashron come over and then her cross to the corner? I mean, it's essentially the same thing I was looking at before, except it moves Zephyr. I think that's fine. Airborne sledgehammer? Airborne sledgehammer? Really ineffectual bonus shot? Yeah, I wouldn't say this is like Rafiq's finest hour or anything, but I've done worse triangles. Or rather, I've done worse to set up triangles. This should be it, more or less. Haha, saved by the ramp. What is this? Commander? JK. Was this a 4-point triangle? Stun shot, huh? Watch those numbers fly. This poor sledgehammer. We're really just like shooting him every which way from Sunday. Yes, like this. Look at that one limb. Shucks. Boom. Actually didn't do much less damage, even without his, like, punching components. Finally got him, I think. I guess I should try putting the stream on the TV, and it looks like a Lego pixel mess. Yeah, I mean it's tough. It's tough video to process. I have found. Who's excited for what's in this box? Huh? Huh? Let's do this. PDW-XN version 2 ×1. Now we have 2 machine guns. Okay, so it's been about an hour. Do people want me to backtrack through here, which we could probably use for experience purposes, to be honest? Or should we use one of our many escape hexes? Sorry, Neko, not this time. I mean, we already had a box with 5 escape hexes. I think we would have been getting greedy if we asked for a single escape hex out of that box. Yeah, no, I have 2 machine guns. Oh. I remember that episode of Sesame Street. I don't think they're allowed to air that anymore. I think I mentioned on stream that really bizarre clip someone sent me of, like, Elmo throwing a fit about a pet rock eating a cookie. We have to come back. Wait, do we have to come back to this place? I don't actually remember a specific reason to ever come back here. Whatever. If chat's alright watching us backtrack our way through here, we could definitely use the experience. That much is canon. Is it just that one guy? I think this place is relatively forgiving with its, like, spawns on the return trip. We've already seen it, like, not be particularly trying. Got your hats! This run cycle is really funny. It's like, oh, I'm walking all shoulders! Oof, that's alright. Not what was desired.
I can reach her. I see right through.
I feel like I should get some sort of, like, bonus damage for, like, kicking directly into him. Did you already do the story mission that involves this place? Well, no, that's not the Dakota vein, is it? Isn't that Mine 21? That's, like, also this chapter, but I think that's a different location. Isn't it? No need for this.
I wish I could have seen what it's like up there.
Kill them to leave something a little nicer for us.
I thought the only purpose of the Dakota vein was to have the gun.
Pick a target, kill, repeat.
Such machine gun. Ooh, I got stun shot. More like fun shot, am I right?
Straight to hell. You don't want to miss it. Eat some of this.
I see right through you.
Take that.
I know it seems obvious, but the machine gun does such, like, an order and magnitude above the handgun in damage that sometimes it is funny to witness, like, the back-to-back, like, yeah, here's what the handgun's doing. Here's what the machine gun is doing.
Do this just like all the rest, and everything will be fine.
Hey, Sledgehammer! It's my good buddy Sledgehammer! Sledge, you remember me? We used to have AP Calc together.
Too slow.
The only AP class I ever took, fun fact.
Straight to hell.
It's something like this. Look at all that damage! I think I want to do this. I get nervous trying to clear that, like, extremely, like, vertical jump. Even though physics need not apply. It's interesting that, like, one Sledgehammer, even with this, like, seemingly more desirable layout for him, like, doesn't actually pose a significant threat at this point, but two is a lot. Like, two felt like close to a problem, for sure. Got a few limbs with that shot.
That means it's showtime.
Now we have to start all over.
What the heck was that?
You'll be dead by the time you know what hit you.
Doom. Ever taken any AP classes? Yes, I said AP Calculus is the only AP class I ever took. I only took one. I, like, definitely could have gotten into more of them, but they did not hold any particular appeal for me. The only reason I took AP Calc was because there was, like, a specific math teacher who was really good at my school, and the only way to make sure that you had her was to take the AP course. Because she was the only one who taught the AP course. The triangle going wonky-like makes this more awkward than it probably ought to be. If we do... yeah, something like this. We don't need a ton here.
Take that! Here goes. You want some more? Ha! Eat this!
Yeah, this is what I want.
Too late for regret.
Cool. There we go. Just needed that, really. Alright, now who's got the grenade box? Alright, let's have some fun. Yeah, cocktail's fun, I guess.
Is this the spark?
Whee!
I want more.
I'm concerned by how much Zephyr wants more fire,
Don't jam on me now.
but I think it'll be fine. Alright, what do I need? Magenta-ish? The one that isn't red. Got it. I feel like it might have been a missed opportunity to not adapt the, like, weird physics mechanics into some sort of, like, weird platformer between dungeons. I don't actually know if the game would benefit from it, but doesn't it sound cool in theory to, like, run and jump and hero action your way around the world trying to, like, get to your next location instead of just, like, navigating a world map? Yeah, there's a guy over there. Okay, here's what we're doing. I also just, like, really wonder sometimes what it was like to just, like, design this game engine. Just, like, work out the variables of, like, the rate at which things charge and whatnot. I rarely have any questions about, like, why is it charging so slowly? It all feels very intuitive. Just, like, surprising in its own way. Body slam my Vacheron. Let's see if I can lure this guy over to the middle area here. The guy in the back's already coming around, which is good. Also, you give me your hats. That's disappointing. I wanted his hats.
Too late.
Time to die. I see you.
Let me take that. Oh, good. I got this hairpiece or something. I don't actually know what just came off that guy.
Here goes.
Get, like, the worst bonus shot of all time. Oof. Yeah, we should work out how the charge time is calculated. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of math behind it. I more sort of mean, like, going to the trouble of, like, doing all the math to, like, figure out what makes sense. Like, that sounds really tedious. We should probably triangle here, right? Like, it's not gonna be, like, great, but it'll be fine. Yeah. It's annoying that he went up onto the upper area there. Oh, he fell back down somehow. Yeah, it's a little bit of damage, and then we jump, and we shoot him. And then we just, like, stretch this other lad as much as we can manage. This looks like it might be enough! Jump! Kill! Alright, so 2 rooms now. Got it, pal. So, like, what? Remind me, because it's going to take me a couple rooms to get there. What's the specialty of the new machine gun as opposed to the old one? And is it just, like, a relatively strict upgrade that I should just, like, work on that one? Also, what are people's experience trying to have, like, multiple characters using machine guns? Because I've rarely ever done that. Yeah, hero actioning, like, in the world is, like, definitely a good power. Like, we've talked about how, like, I wish I could just, like, do a hero action jump over, like, roads to avoid, like, waiting for traffic signs. Yeah, I don't know how you translate bezels into, like, a platform engine, but, like, it still sounds like a cool idea in theory. I don't know, maybe take out the bezels altogether. Can you imagine playing Mario if you had to, like, conserve your bezels every time you wanted to jump? That literally doesn't make any sense! I'm glad everyone came down here to this side to play with me. Yeah, actually, I do think I remember reading something at some point that they had originally considered using almost the same exact combat system for the original Super Mario Bros. As Resonance of Fate. But then they remembered that they were working with the Nintendo Entertainment System and that it wasn't close to being able to power that. Got your hat! Everybody airborne. Nobody take actions. I honestly don't remember at what point I determined that, like, you could effectively negate their turns by just keeping them airborne. But it does seem relatively consistent. If your action takes long enough, like I got this guy airborne at the start of the turn, like, he charged while I was doing it. Yeah, people would try to play Mario and try to jump as few times as possible because you have a limited bezel economy. Just like the Mario 64 A button challenge. I think I've seen that played. It's rough. That's rough, man. I think I want this? I think I want this. It'd be cool if I was targeting the right person, don't worry about it. That's probably enough damage. Cool. Alright. Hey, pal. You're a little dead, huh?
Time to die.
I gotta see what it's like up there. Guess what?
Like I said, she's been playing Spiritfarer and enjoying it. You ferry lost spirits in search of treasure, and there's a hug button. That sounds wonderful. Treasure and hugs? What else could you ask for, realistically speaking? Jump. Dum. Yeah, there were enemies in this room too, huh? I kind of forgot about that. It does feel like we've been here for a while, which is probably the kind of been here for a while.
Take that!
I hope it's something useful.
So many limbs and scratch damage and things. What have we here? I think it's one dead shady thug.
I wish I could have seen what
Alright,
it's like up
dungeon
there.
cleared. Whee! And scene. Alright, let's go save. I should really hex a bigger path. It doesn't seem like it would be that annoying, but it's fairly annoying. Remember any particular reason I was saving any of these files, so I'll continue cycling through them now. Okay. Should probably compare to Leanne. Excels in rapid fire. That's a pretty good thing to excel in. If we switch the gun, excels in charge speed. So I assume rapid fire is interpreted as the secondary charge rate, whereas charge speed is the first one. Yeah, that's probably about right. It does seem like the PDW is probably better. It always seemed weird to me that when you remove items from a weapon that you're customizing, like it puts the cursor like below the next thing that you would remove. Right, gotta do that. How do I do that again? What's the thing that lets me move it in the box? There's like a button for this. Are there even enough weapons to fill this? Why do I need like a top and bottom? Rapid fire is the rate of fire in critical condition. Wow, that's a bad stat. It like tells me what all the buttons are, except for the one that I need real bad. No. Wait, is it that I have to like... How do I move it? How do I move it? I have to move it up in the grid, and I don't remember how to do that. It's really important, but you only do it like a handful of times. It's been years. What do I need? Scope. Beta's probably fine. It seems weird to me that they call the little block rookie grip. Because, like, it seems like that would be extra hard to use, not easier. Right stick. Like, press in right stick? Or, like, right stick. Got it. Thank you. This feels like an awkward gun right now. But we're gonna use it. That is currently equipped, right? Yes. And that, and that, and that. It almost feels like it's time to switch weapons between Leanne and Zephyr, but should I wait until the end of the chapter to do that? No, I'm gonna do that now. I guess I can switch that if I decide that's, like, a bad idea later on. Switch these things. I want her to have item box, and I want him to have grenades because his grenade level is lowest, and she needs more handgun help. So that's fine. Let's save again. Alright, so like what thing do we want to do? I don't remember who the optician is. Oh, let's go to Waterless Bridge. We're kind of close to that, right? Isn't that just down on level 8? Yeah, Waterless Bridge. Ooh, I have a lot of these all of a sudden. By all of a sudden, I mean I've probably been accumulating them over many battles and just not paying attention. That seems most likely. Ooh, I got that multi-aid R-S that I was alluding to earlier. There's no water at this bridge. I bet that cowboy hat comes right off.
Here you go.
You're clients of mine. I know that this is straight out of the blue, but would you like to meet my younger sister? I don't know if I'm comfortable with the implication. There's a lot of gears on this bridge with no water. This is your chance. Deliver this parcel to my sis. I guess? Mega sack! Lady, I don't know if I want to deliver my mega sack to your little sister. I feel like in some places that's considered a crime. I'm gonna go now. I have to go to, like, Albona? Can I get to Albona? Where do you want me to go?
Here you go.
Albona. Okay. For some reason, I thought Albona was low enough I couldn't get there without another core lift pass. So I was doubting my memory on that. Really, I gotta hex these squares. I gotta do it.
There.
I also don't appreciate this junk moving. It's just like a rude thing to do in front of other people. It's a level 25 junk movement, huh? Fancy, huh? It's like level 43 leader guy's a little rough, isn't he?
I can reach your ass. This is it. Too late for regrets. You want some of this? There we go.
one shot off, just like I drew it up. I gotta say, in the canon of mimics, creatures that pretend to be treasure chests, I'd say this is like not one of the most convincing ones. I mean, sure, that external part sure does look like this game's version of a treasure chest, but it does definitely have entire legs like sticking out of it, and I feel like if a normal mimic was doing that, it'd be pretty clear that it wasn't what it was pretending to be, and as a result, I don't think you would call it a mimic because it feels like not a great descriptor, frankly. I think I can last another turn here and then try to take out Chunky Gangster with my tri-attack.
You're hard to miss.
He doesn't seem to have, like, a huge amount of health. Oh yes, this gun sounds a lot angry, though. That's a good feature of the gun all by itself. It sounds like the type of machine gun that's like mounted to the back of like a military vehicle or something. Or like the side of a helicopter in an 80s movie. Yeah, dog droppings ×1. Get ready for some psychological damage. That's the good stuff. Got silver hair for Zephyr. Maybe this chapter I can get the core lift pass and I don't have it yet? Maybe that is the case. But then would I be able to take the mission? This is his name, right? Zephyr Silverhair? Could be his name. Well, apparently I got the core lift pass and just didn't remember it from last week. Because I sure just got into the core lift. Ooh, there's something in this drain pipe. Junk oil! Ugh. Not sure I want the loose junk oil that came out of that pipe. Okay. Still don't have very many of these, but it just fits the spots so well. And then... similar case there. Hey, cool. I replaced the energy hex with, I think, the same type? That's pure profit is what that is. For some reason, I really want to hex this whole floor right now. Hey, I got a bezel shard for that. That's cool. Ooh. I have to do that big old path. That would take a while. I don't even remember what Etsia is. I haven't played the late game in a while. Let's split the difference and aggressively hex this area I'm in now, but maybe not finish the job. Wish I had some of these. You think I mean Etpia? It's possible. It's possible I mean that. Scissor belt. You allowed to wear that in public? That. It's one of those cool pieces I just got for free. Getting 5 times electrified rounds feels like it's not very exciting. It's not bad, but it feels unexciting. Oh yeah, the double elevators to floor 11. I forgot about that. It's a lot of bezel shards lying around on 12. That sounds right. I usually put off hexing most of the floors to completion, especially the lower ones. But I'm feeling like I'm starting to get to the point in the game where I want to do that. Like I said, I kind of want to do that here, but I'm going to hold off for now. Hot dog! I keep reminding myself that I've already switched weapons and that Leanne is not using the hand or the machine gun anymore. Hot dog looks like it's... I don't know what is going on. It's like a weird, like, almost like hammerhead apparatus, but it also has that, like, fused to its body sword look going on. The gun is so scary sounding. It's really nice. Take him out. Take one more. Do it! Oh, there's more than 1 liter. I thought it was just the 1 liter. Well, that feels like a problem. Who's the other one? Is it that guy? You know, let's target the one who's targeting Leanne. It's not targeting her anymore. Sword dogs are so mean. I think he's gonna level up now. He was very close. He's making like super unhappy noises, but I am shooting him with the scariest gun. Hooray.
It's never too...
Abona! Da-dun-da-da-da-dun-dun. What have we here? It's Witchy Wallace! A random doll lying around. Why not? There's also this. Gold Blob! What do you use Gold Blob for? It's like an ointment, right? Filthy Pouch 5 times 1. New missions have been added. Got my eye on a certain object. If you can procure it, I'll trade you a super juicy tip for it. It'll be worth your while if you know what I mean. Clear lift 2. I don't know what she means.
Hey, listen.
Yes?
What does he say? Why would anyone come around here? If you thought you'd just drop by and check out the town, you missed it by about 20 years. The town left?
What is it?
It was over 20 years ago. A child, a boy with silver hair, and a young man in glasses showed up. They'd come from somewhere below. Seems like a lifetime ago. This place was a real living town then. Then the Fire Nation attacked. Ah, here's your mega sack.
Oddity or rarity, the heart desires.
Pardon? My big sister asked you to deliver a mega sack? I'm really sorry that she did that. Beg your pardon? I'm to pay you? Sister is so tight with money. I like that, like, when pressed to, like, pay someone, she's like, yeah, I guess I have 20 Molotov cocktails lying around. Like, the next time you get food delivered, see if they will accept 20 Molotov cocktails as payment. Just as, like, an experiment.
Good to see you.
They say this place used to be a real town, but Basel collapsed a long time ago and it wound up like this. Collapsed, like, in what way, though? Don't really remember much backstory as to what the deal is with Albona, but it is, like, a disaster zone. Okay. I suppose we shall go to Core Lift 2 and talk to that cowgirl named Juliet. This bridge is much grosser than the bridges upstairs, which makes sense. Because the ones higher up are closer to Chandelier. Especially the one that leads directly to Chandelier, which is like the good neighborhood. So obviously they're not going to have the poop tube. Like, not that long ago we had a ton of this particular hex that we no longer have very much of. Or maybe we just got so much of the other that by comparison it seems like we no longer have very much. I feel like it's a combination, though. Excellent, efficient use of hexes there. The world map music in this area almost sounds like background music to, like, OG Twilight Zone. Yeah. I don't like the way they set this one up. It upsets me. Yeah, I'm still just like a little light on hexes to be doing this sort of thing, but like I said, I just have the compulsion to start hexing things. I just get hit with the urge to hex. You know how that goes. How do you get more? Mostly just from doing battles. Like, generic hexes like these that don't have colors to them are like fairly common drops, but like different enemies drop different shapes of hexes. So like if you're looking to collect more of a certain type, like there are ways to sort of maximize that happening. Colored hexes also drop from various battles, in addition to being given to you from story missions and the like, but they are less common. It's a relatively small floor, so I've decided I'm just hexing this one. Aries fruit. You know, the good old fruit holster. It sounds a lot more scandalous than it is. I don't think there's a way to do this that doesn't involve, like, having to hex a single space at some point. I guess I could do something like this, but then that still sort of leaves me in the same spot. So probably better off just like... The fact that there's like 4 spaces left over suggests that there was probably a way that I could have done that for better efficiency. This entire level has been reactivated. From now on, energy stations erected on this floor can be used to travel back to the base instantly. Well, I got all the prizes from here.
Let's get this over with.
It's a weird room configuration.
You're going down.
I've like practically lagged a little bit trying to like process all the fire and also me flying and also like targeting a new thing. Just like, really? You want me to do all of that at once? I'd prefer it if I didn't have to. It just sounds so angry. Oof, oof. All of your limbs, please, Rocket Foot.
2 shots to the only way to be sure.
Oof, again. Hooray, leader assault.
Like beyond this world.
So you just got a red energy hex from this one. I think all of the colored ones only exist in one specific shape, which is, like, kind of weird. I also like to hex just, like, a little bit around this main path because it keeps being a nuisance. Is this? No, it's like the anti-shape that I want. I'll use it anyway. You're not my boss, or you'd be sending me rude emails. I don't know. Sure. Yeah, another dog droppings. Alright, let's get back to save point. Apparently there was some big car chase today. Watching car chases on the local news is like a big hobby here in Southern California. I was not watching it myself, but my coworkers were talking about it, and apparently, like, the person who was involved in the car chase, like, ended up stopping to, like, deliver someone's food, which is pretty wild. I don't think I've heard of that one before.
What a lovely evening.
Hey, could I ask you folks for some help? I'm doing some customization work on this gun, but I'm short a part called HG Magazine plus 4. If you do me this favor, I'll not only pay your bounty, I'll also share a hot tip with you.
What a lovely evening. What
What's
a
that?
lovely evening.
The Tinker in Cranktown can make them. If I know that much, why don't I do it? Can't get the ingredients together. Alright. To Cranktown. So I'm guessing the next chapter is like a big step up in crafting. Because even though I hadn't appreciated it before, the game was pretty good about being like, here's like a mission to do like a really basic version of this thing. And then the next chapter is like, alright, here, now do it. It says, I wish that would happen for me. I've had a Dasher's text say, can you tell DoorDash they need to send someone else? I'm getting arrested right now. Oh. Did you tell DoorDash to send someone else? I once had a pizza delivery guy like forget to bring part of my order. And I was like pretty cool about it. I was like, oh, well, like, I need you to bring that. But, like, I will, like, not complain to your manager. Like, if you just, like, bring it back like you're supposed to. And then, like, an hour passed. And he, like, still hadn't brought it. And then, like, I called them and I was like, hey, so the driver said he was gonna, like, bring that back. He didn't. And he said something like, oh, you still want that? And I was like, yes, and now I'm going to be very unpleasant about it. Like, I was cool, and then you decided to take advantage of that, and now I promise I'm not cool anymore.
Or are we too strong?
My mom was watching. They're very popular out here. Plus, they, like, take over all the local news channels. So if you're, like, watching, like, any local station, like, you're gonna run into it. And she says that stolen van stopped to drop off some bent foil tins of chicken at a random house. You know, like you do.
I can work with most anything you bring in.
Alright, so, like, what's the thing... Ooh, I can make some new stuff that I didn't notice. Oh, no, we've already got long scope. Ugh, the rare metal shards. Welcome back, Ocadius. Oh, that's exciting. Ocadius got access to water because he's currently in Texas, which is under heavy assault by cold weather. But I'm glad that you got water and we're able to shower, and I hope that the water stays for as long as possible. So she wants HD4, which I technically have one of, and I could craft one of.
Finished
Now
already?
the question is... This isn't the screen I want the customized screen. So this has HG plus 2, and this one has HG plus 4. So HG plus 4 is one I am actively using. And my alternatives to that are like Rookie Magazine.
I can work with most anything you bring in.
If I remember, it's supposed to be a pretty good deal to just like do this. I don't remember what the prize is for this. I can check that in the
Finished
mission,
already?
alright? But like, you kind of just want to do all the missions, don't you? And she gives electrified rounds. Eh, sure. So I
I
guess
can
I'll just
work with
craft
most
another
anything
one.
you
I could
bring.
give her the one I have, but I am using it. Prototype mount. Ooh, prototype mounts are pretty good. But like, can I make alpha and beta scopes yet? Let's just make one of these with that scrap bazooka and hope I don't need that later.
Finished already?
Let's say at the start of the next chapter we'll do customization some more. Back to the core lift.
What a lovely evening.
Ooh, perfect. That's it. That's exactly what I needed. Now I can finally finish customizing my gun. Okay, here's that hot tip I promised. Try going to Cafe Chelsea in the middle of the night. If you're lucky, you might see something interesting. Where's the person for this? I genuinely don't remember. Cranktown. Okay. Thanks, that walkthrough I've left open on my computer for a week. Whee! Could have done that while I was in town. I don't remember there being an optician at all anywhere in the game. Obviously they are, for multiple reasons. Oof, that's rough, Arcadius. I would hate having to go multiple... like... I don't know. There are times when, like, on the weekend, I'm just looking to relax so much, like, I don't want to shower for, like, a day. But, like, much more than that, and it's just like, no. Like, body is just like, no, you are a horrible slime beast now. Like, it's not even, about being around other people or anything like that. It's just, like, there's a point at which it just, like, feels too gross to exist. So I feel for you having to, like, put up with it.
Only for a second you're winning this.
Yeah, it was like, wait or, like, frozen water. I respect waiting. I just mean, like, I get that sucks. Get it wiped down, but did not bathe. Yeah. That's probably about as good a solution as you're getting in that situation. But still, it is nice that you have legitimate access to, you know, utilities. Like, normal things that people have.
Too late for regrets. Would it kill you to do something like this? That was your last mistake.
Nice of him to, like, point his exposed section towards me. Normally I frown upon that sort of activity, but here it's quite helpful.
Time to lick my wounds.
I'm on a roll.
Such
I look at an enemy and all I see is a wad of cash.
But what if the enemy isn't carrying cash? Aren't you disappointed then, Vacheron?
I like it when it gets messy.
These are relatively high-level enemies for these random encounters.
You shouldn't make fun. There. How about this? You picked a fight. We'll take that.
I'm gonna try and make a really big, stupid triangle. Yeah, I was actually gonna say, okay, so I feel like washing your hair is the hardest part. Because, like, yeah, you can sort of just, like, wash extremities relatively easily if you can just sort of handle, like, the cold water for, like, a short period of time. Freezing shower is definitely different, but, like, hair seems like so much worse.
Too late for regrets.
I'm really sorry that you have to deal with that. I have been thinking about the situation and hoping for the best. I know that, like, for example, I've had to contact some of my radio stations located in Texas, and, like, some of them actually sound like they have power and, like, are able to do business relatively uninterrupted. And while that's not the same as, like, homes having access to, like, water and heat and stuff, like, it's, like, remotely encouraging. think I got this guy in particular. Gun is so angry. You know, since some characters are able to just like regenerate scratch damage just like by existing, it never really occurred to me that they might be able to recover scratch damage exactly the same way that we do, which is like by doing as much damage as possible. Huh. Let's do... Alright. Now that bullet focus not exactly panning out there, huh? Seriously, if you had to choose a gun simply based on sound effects, I feel like you would pick this machine gun, like, every time, right? To get a bunch more Molotov cocktails. Because that's how you tip your driver these days.
I look at an enemy and all I see is a water can.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Demolition. Good to see you. Appreciate all the gift subs and for just hanging out. What was he supposed to be saying? Ooh, $55 US. Wait, I don't actually know what the guy I'm looking for looks like, so I should, like, go around to everyone, I guess. Okay. I don't think it's anyone on this screen. Is it someone in the hotel? Are the files in the computer? Ow, I tripped and banged myself up pretty bad. I'll make it, though. Nothing major. I guess you guys call it scratch damage. Leave it alone for a day or two, and I'll be as good as new. Okay. Alright, I found the application. They were like the last person I talked to. What's that? You want me to make a pair of glasses? You even brought the materials. You get full marks for being prepared. Let's take a look. Oh, good job. Give me enough here to make something better than a pair of specs. Before I set to work, I have to see this little girl, you know, so I can get a measure of her eyesight. You said they're at the Guild in Ebel City? I need to go there anyway. Leave the rest up to me. I got an adapter handguard. While I'm here, I will check to make sure that more missions haven't generated, but I think that's probably all of them. Guess not. Letter for delivery outside my territory has me in a bind. Looking for someone who can deliver it for me. It's addressed to a female name, if that helps. That's not a whole lot to go on. Although I haven't accepted the mission yet. So it's not unreasonable not to give me all those details. But I hope that when I receive the mission, I get more information than, this is to be sent to a woman. Good luck. Hey, let's turn that off. Now, this is just level 16 guy. Can I shoot him apart yet? The box probably makes that difficult even if it's possible. Doesn't like feel like we're leveling that quickly, but I feel like we're definitely making progress. I mean, we started the Leanne chapter at like level 24 or something. Now we're like close to 40. Like it doesn't seem like constantly leveling up, and yet the numbers sort of suggest that we are. turns out I wanted grenade after all.
Weapon made at a real pro
Whee!
Sorry?
I wish I could have seen what it's like up
Keep
there.
it up.
Yeah, I want to go to the other core lift. Core lift 1, right? We've reached the point in the game where there's like a lot more side quests. Early on, it's a few. But I think basically from this chapter onward, most chapters have like kind of a lot.
Poor unlucky bastards.
It's off again. Level 47 gangster right onto my own front door, or whatever. Maybe this is the reason why Stoop Kid was afraid to leave his stoop. Because there was like a level 47 chunky gangster. I don't blame him for that. Your first tuna in Spiritfarer took 2 in-game days. Is there a lot of fishing in this game? It doesn't really sound like a fishing-heavy game. Then again, I suppose something like Stardew Valley doesn't sound like it's a fishing-heavy game, but there's kind of a lot of fishing. Actually, it might have been a good idea to try and use grenade there again. Although I would have had to use another hero action and probably
Not
wasted
really
at least a
fair
grenade.
fight, was it?
Probably worth it, though. It's gotta be worth at least another level, considering where we're at. This guy.
Yeah?
Kind of in a bind here. Wound up with a letter that's addressed outside my route. I'd like to get it delivered, though, so I'm trying to see if someone can take it where it needs to go. It's addressed to a female name. Hey, could be someone pretty.
Yeah?
Somewhere on level 8. It's a woman on level 8. Great. That's like literally like saying it belongs to a person in a zip code. Thanks.
Won't take much to beat these into submission.
This time it's just one man. Does that seem weird to anyone? I feel like this is a trap somehow.
You shouldn't make fun. There.
I'm gonna blow you away.
It's all about having the right tool for the job. Gotta be kidding. Hold that thought. That wasn't so hard, was it? It's all about having the right tool for the job.
I almost want to do this straight line triangle, but like, it would obviously be very bad. Fire status doing unnecessary work here. This guy is quite reasonably dead.
Class act start.
The fishing is optional. You want to cook everything, so you went to the stupidly hard fishing spot to catch tuna. Is tuna like top rank difficult thing to catch in the game? Gotta make our way to level 8 so we can find a human woman. Presumably. I guess they didn't even specify that it was like a human. Maybe it's like a female balker. I don't want to get close enough to the balker to, like, check for that. If you catch my meaning. I'd prefer not to.
Oh, yeah. How's this? So long. You can defend all girls. That is better than you deserve. Now we're talking. There.
I want your hat, dog. Oh, look at that. It has like 5 hit points left or some rude thing. God, it's so scratched. Oof. 21. I'll just shoot it.
You think they learned their lesson?
I got some quality meat. It's no luxury meat, though.
West today, east tomorrow. You never know where I'll turn up.
You could buy escape hexes? I don't think I knew that. I'm not sure I ever cared before, but I don't think I knew that. It's you! You're the woman!
Middle of the night.
Pardon? A letter? For me? The only people who know I'm here are... Anyway, thank you. Frankly, ma'am, no one knows that you're here. They just wanted some woman on this floor to have that letter. It might not even be relevant to you. Okay, so now we just have... I can just go there, right? I don't have to, like, talk to anyone for this? Oh, so I do have to get to level 11. I suppose I should have known that I could get all the way down to level 10 with that in mind. It does feel nice to have a floor that is, like, fully hexed. Well, it's hexen time. Now, is there a way... I know if I do this, I can see how the floors relate to one another. Okay, so I want to go to this right-hand one. I actually used that map for value. Sub-Zero rounds. I heard there's a trailer out for new Mortal Kombat. Is it movie? I didn't actually watch the trailer. Cotillion was talking to Tech about it earlier. We did all agree on the fact that Mortal Kombat theme song is enough reason to continue to make Mortal Kombat properties. Almost out of these nice 4 blocks that I really like. They just sort of go everywhere. Hey, free escape hex. think the arena is like a good way to get more hexes, right? Don't those still drop from enemies in the arena? I think. Does someone constitute a guild here? I mean, there's the board, but can I, like... Can I get, base hexes? I guess not, disappointingly enough. I think I still have one in my possession, don't I? I feel like I want one hereabouts, so I'll use this one. And just remember to get one later. Haha, definitely won't remember to do that. But, like, hypothetically, remember to do that later. It also means that, hypothetically, I could attempt to do that red square at some point. Danger zone. If only there was a highway that led me there.
You shouldn't make fun. There. How's this? I won't take that lying down.
Oh no, the leader is like a gremlin of some description. I think I want something like this. Oof, that didn't do close to as much as I wanted. It also kind of looked like one of those bullets came from Basharon's direction, which was confusing.
Little something to take with you to the next rocket. You're tough, don't you?
Let's remove all the working parts from this leader.
Lousy scum. You picked a fight.
And once we've done that, we will attempt to shoot all of the enemies. Verily.
I'll remember this.
I'll remember the several dogs trying to bite me today. It's a safe bet.
I like it a lot.
I won't take that lying down.
I'm actually surprised that with that much
You want some more?
scratch damage charge, we did not fully scratch him. Oh good, it actually targeted the leader. It seemed unlikely that would happen.
How's this?
Oh, and so close to leveling.
I can do better.
Wouldn't that be nice? I see. So there's floor 12, and there's mine 24. Oh, woof. It's possible I shouldn't have used so many hexes already during the course of this stream. And yet, do I really have regrets? Maybe. Get a little creative. Hey, some energy hexes. Nice. That wasn't too painful. Of course, we still have to open the mine itself. Take an inefficient route here because I don't really think I plan on hexing the rest of this right now. There's quite a lot of these. I need this one. Sure, like that. What is this terminal, and do I care? Burn resistance. Doesn't seem super important.
What a waste of time. Even Leanne could handle this.
You only live once. The first enemy you underestimate could be your last.
Once bitten, twice shy. A lesson Zephyr could stand to learn.
Hoping that someone learns once bitten, twice shy sort of implies you want something bad to happen to them. Which feels weird.
It's clean. Coming back from this.
When the lines get clipped, they start sounding silly. Coming back from this! Supposed to cover this scratch damage quite quickly. Which I don't really appreciate, if I can be honest with you.
Too late.
Pick your bones clean.
Zephyr will survive long enough for one more resonance point, which I think is what I want. I think I'll fall a little short with 3, worth probably like more than I need. But this also takes one of these guys out from doing more damage for the moment.
Bones clean.
Yeah, that seems about right. So I definitely need to start with Zephyr. I should probably target the guy who's really far out just because it's not going to get any easier to target him. The other ones, it will, like, work out. Oh, that's so rude. Corner of that box, super duper. Well, it didn't go, like, exactly the way I wanted it to. Mostly because of that blasted corner.
This is over.
Don't have too much room for triangling around, so I think I'm just going to try and fully scratch this guy and have someone finish them both off. Which they should be able to do from here. It's cute that the game is still trying to form triangles.
You want some of this?
This ain't happening.
What's it like beyond this world?
It's a bigger challenge than I expected, but I got a bunch of sweet hexes. So here's the thing. Mine 24 is like a whole dungeon. I got about a half hour left of stream time. I think I'm gonna try and take on some of these, like, red squares, maybe? Don't know how many I'll have a chance to try or succeed at, but I think I'll save the mine for tomorrow. Is there like a possibility of leaving here? I remember this random encounter map coming up a lot and really disliking it. I'll just take these ones on and hope for the best. Don't think explodes? It's not just like normal video game barrel.
You shouldn't make fun. Now we're talking.
It feels like such like a cartoony or like a 60s sci-fi like spy show concept that like barrels just explode when you shoot them. I don't know why that's like a thing that still like exists so frequently in video games. And I'm very close to that man using my bullets. It'd be cool if it would target the other direction, like, at all, but I guess we're doing this now. Now.
Pick your bones clean.
3 points, you say. And we'll target the leader, and we should probably be fine.
This way. At least we'll die together.
You picked a fight.
You want some of this?
Here goes.
There.
Alright,
This is climbing a...
let's red space it up. How bad's it gonna be? Always hard to gauge.
This could be interesting.
It's Missile Plug! It's Missile Plug on a fairly awkward map. If I could lure it down here, it'd be a lot better for me. However, it would involve doing some awkward triangle things. Let me try something hypothetically. Yes. No, like, keep coming though. Right, yes, that's very bad.
How much more of this you want?
Looks like a steam engine built for farm work. Which I guess is about what the name implies.
See right through you. You want some of this? Too late for regret.
I feel like I should not do that instead of doing that. Don't know how likely it is to move. So Leanne's the only one who's like totally fine taking a head-on attack right now, and even that's not great. But she should be able to handle it. So what if I... So shoot 2 points to there, or can have her move to Zephyr's spot. I think I'd rather have her move here. So this is the direction that I should go. And Vashra might definitely just run into it.
This will be fun. I like it. I like it a lot.
Death is better than...
Vans, please.
I'm working here.
Cool.
Time to die. Look at it this way. We'll die together.
I think I'm supposed to form a triangle here. At least not in the conventional sense. I think it's supposed to be something like this. And I like break through that.
How about this? Now we're talking.
Ooh, got another limb. That's pretty nice. Not necessary, but quite nice. Do like a really short move with Vacheron and then have Zephyr like finish this off. I suppose I could sort of do triangle. Can I triangle now? It's a 1-point triangle, so it's a little sketchy. I don't think these tanks go airborne, believe it or not. Yeah, gauge break. Well, this ended up being a lot easier than expected.
What's it like beyond this world?
Yeah, perfect aid. Never use it. I honestly think we've advanced. What
Offense
is
or
this?
defense?
Leanne goes both ways.
This is nothing. I'm leaving.
Good to know.
I feel like we might have advanced enough levels just from last week that, like, doing that same one that was given some trouble at the end of last stream might be, like, beyond doable. Might actually be, like, relatively easy. Is that what Zephyr's house looks like? I've always wondered. He talks quite a bit about it, and yet... I wish it was like a little bit easier to get colored hexes. I'd like to drop some more base hexes on various floors. Like the one I finished hexing. Not that that shortcut's like super important right now, but like would be good to have. Zephyr's like the seagulls from Nemo, so everything is his house. It's an interesting comparison. Ooh, I could try to do that weird space too. There's also this one. A lot of spaces have opened up,
Lucky bastards.
to be fair. Pew pew pew. How did that not get me at least one hit?
Get this.
You know, considering how silly some of the voice lines are when people, like, take damage, like meanie, I kind of wish one of them would just be like, ah! Or like, owie!
Straight to
I think this will level him up. The progression in this game is just
That was
weird.
wrong.
I know I talk a lot about it, and it seems like almost reductive to say that at this point. It just is. It's unusual. I'm actually going to be really interested to see how this plays out now. Don't remember what's here. Is it dog droppings? I mean, I guess part of the trick is, like, I'm not actually using my, like, highest level weapons, but, like, all our weapons are reasonably leveled from the last time we came here. I got his hat, but I didn't break his gauge. Firearms gonna take some hurt here. We'll see how many enemies we can get airborne. Two. Two's a good number. Ow. Ow. That's not actually how I saw that playing out. Interesting. I think I want to be like there-ish. I want to target this guy. Something extra helps. I thought she was gonna survive that. It's like the first like
Much to beat these into
full
submission.
round or two that really matter. If you can survive that with relatively little like casualty, then like you're in good shape. I think is kind of what it amounts to. It's just like I think there's a couple different boss scores that have effectively worked this way, where that's kind of an interesting idea. I could have no, that ends up being like really stupid, doesn't it? Because then like to cross with that seems bad. Okay. But just like where there's like a bunch of enemies that deal damage like relatively quickly. And they can all sort of like reach your characters from wherever and you don't have a lot of cover. Like, those are really tough. They're a lot tougher than they seem. And they're even worse when it's like the hooded gangsters who have like no limbs. The game doesn't want to let you break off their hood. I don't even know what that means. Try this variation. Doesn't seem very good on paper.
I see right through you.
Provides a little more cover and might do something.
How much more of this you want?
That's a stun shot. See how much damage we take. Ooh, that's kind of nice. It's a little risky for Liane, but I kind of want to press the advantage a little bit.
Closer to Zephyr and Asheroth.
She didn't have auto trigger? No, I guess she just didn't charge me. Okay, that one's on me. I could have tried to do a triangle there after that first set of moves, and that probably would have been good. I just wanted to see if I could, like, get another resonance point, because I think that would have let me clear, like, 2 guys, as opposed to, like, probably just killing 1. Like, 1 plus the guy that was already scratched. Maybe that's good enough. It doesn't feel like that's good enough.
You're going down. There. Hit.
I guess gauge break is, like, generally more useful to me there than, like, doing extra damage. I think I'm pretty much always going to rely on scratch damage to defeat that particular enemy.
I see right through
At least I got his head.
No more games!
It's always interesting to me how often it seems like characters in video games say no more games and the like. Much like characters in movies are often more prone to saying, like, life isn't a movie than people in real life, from my experience. more damage than I thought I'd get. And then I received a bunch of damage, as expected. Everyone's targeting Zephyr, and I'm, like, not happy about it. I like the guy who, like, decided to wander off and, like, walk up to Vashron. That guy and I are friends. Really? No airborne? There we go. If I had to choose a time for that to happen, end of the action's probably it. No one's currently targeting Zephyr, but sometimes they change their mind mid-move. I really wanted that guy's hat. Can I really get away with another move? Maybe I actually can. No, it has to be Zephyr. No, let's do this. Let's take out another guy. Preferably the one who, like, thinks he wants to fight Zephyr. Nice. Ooh, got him airborne. That's a good bonus. I think we got it on this run. Yeah, I shouldn't have been so greedy on the previous attempt. I think I came up with the right idea. Yeah. I forgot to check my bezels, and for a second I was like, uh-oh, do I have any? Ooh, that's not bad.
I can read your every move. Something a little nicer for us. I see right through
Is
you.
that even gonna hit him? Stupid box. I would have finished him off. It's a little rough around the edges, but I think that'll do. Yeah. Well, no, this makes more sense, I think.
Bullets are a one-way ticket down.
You're hard to miss.
They're both pretty dead now?
Some more?
That means it.
I'm glad that worked, because I think Leon was about to run into that wall and be sad about it. Hey, got a bezel shard for that. I feel good about that, because that one was one of the tougher ones we've seen so far. So there isn't another one here. There is one down on, like, the next level, or the one below it. I think it's two down, actually. See if we can do one more, I guess. Really want to, like, hex my way over there? Have, like, the wrong this shape of hex? This might work, though. It's interesting that they make these, like, almost mini golf course style, like, shortcuts. Because it's like, I mean, it's all world map. The only difference it makes is like a slight percentage chance of, do I actually have a piece that makes this work? Maybe I don't. I think I need this one, and nothing else works from here? Unless I can... Yeah, that'll do it. I do underrate the fact that I have 52 red hexes, to be fair. Let me save after having hexed. in case I undo this attempt. Ooh, it's a tennis racket doll gremlin. 41 gremlin. That doesn't sound that hard. We'll see, though. I just make, like, a real big triangle? It feels like... I mean, my instinct says yes.
Oh, yeah! Won't take that. You're going down.
Oh. Well, that might be the reason. Might be that. That might be why this is hard. Because that damage rate is ridiculous.
You're gonna swim in your own blood.
I see one for you. Too late for regrets.
This could be good. Nah, it doesn't really do anything. Really. Cross here and cross there. I kind of have a triangle the way I want it to. The thing I want to do is like position a triangle where I want it to be without actually getting close to the boss until I'm willing to like use the triangle.
How's this? You picked a fight. So,
Airborne, please.
oh,
I
yeah.
really don't want you to hit Zephyr. Alright, I can accept that outcome. Now, we have 5 resonance points, which is more than it felt like that was. But I don't actually know if this will be enough to deal with this guy.
I won't take that.
I'm gonna.
Care to
And I guess I just gotta be real close.
I wish there was a more great.
Time to die.
Please hit him. Okay.
That was your last mistake.
At first I thought that was going to be really easy.
look at it
Then I
as
thought it
all
was
I
going to
see
be
is
very
blood
hard.
cash.
In the end, it turned out to be some amount difficult. But we did get there. I have to remember to turn in these dolls, which I feel like I'm not going to remember to do. Oh, does the Thoroughfare not have random encounters? Is that why that's, like, tricky or whatever?
Like all the rest, and everything will be fine.
Sure. One more random encounter for the road, why don't we?
There.
I mean, if the leader's gonna be, like, right here and also level 20 and also wearing 2 hats.
No more games.
Hey, scratch damage full. Even when I don't need it, I really like getting scratch damage full. It just looks and it feels good. Feels good to just shoot them one time and then they die. I'm just gonna shoot him. I don't need the triangle. I apparently made that really difficult for myself if I did want to.
I don't want.
Hey, we're only one bezel shard away from hero gauging up again. That's nice. Actually, this was kind of dumb. Bear with me. I think I'm going to go down... Because the next thing we're going to do is mine 21. So I should probably, like, go to the save point that I made at mine 21. Because, like, I'm gonna need that. I think I can get away with this. I think I just didn't want to deal with the random encounters, but I should, like, probably put my save file where, like, I want my save file to be. It's probably the smart thing to do. 9. Apparently the spaces that you can put a base hex on have a little base hex symbol on them, which I definitely never noticed in standard definition. There's the poop tube. Everyone salute the poop tube. Okay. We did it. We sort of got there. So, we saved here after getting some cool prizes from beating some bosses and getting some experience. It's ended up being a little bit more of a grinding stream than I had intended for it to be, but we got the new machine gun, which has been doing really good work, I think. We leveled up all our characters a pretty good amount. Currently, they're all like hovering around level 40, with Vashron being a little ahead of the others, which makes sense because he spends the most time being in the party. Got a couple more grenade levels. Got 2 more dolls, I think. Got like 2 more bezel shards, and completed all but the chapter mission for chapter 7. So we can take that on next time and progress to chapter 8, assuming that we actually successfully get through the dungeon. Which Gelsey is pretty tough from my recollection, but now that we've gained these levels from doing these things, I feel like we're probably closer to the level the game wants me to be now. Definitely fell behind at a certain point, but like got caught up. Thanks, Alcadius. I appreciate that input. I like to think I'm making decent time through the game. Definitely not speed running or anything. We're already 20 hours in. But, yeah, I mean, we're progressing, and I feel pretty good about our progress. And we're able to take on most things in a handful of tries, which I think is generally pretty good for this game. It's really easy to just, like, make slight positioning errors and sort of set yourself behind. Well, it'll be like... I don't know. I imagine it'll probably be like 21 and a half hours or something like that to actually get to chapter 8. But still, I don't think that's terrible time. I don't know. I feel like there's a certain expectation that people think I'm like... I don't know. I'm probably projecting this onto myself because I don't think I present the aura of someone who's good at anything. So people don't probably actually expect me to be very good. But I'm like, I played so many hours of this and you're still watching me. I feel like you expect me to like be decent. But yes, as Neko sort of indicates, there's one final order of business for this stream, as there is with every stream, and that is for those of you watching here and in future, to try and guess the location of one secret Squirtle. As always, if you can see a Squirtle, it's not a secret. Beyond that, not really any rules. There's some things that I don't do very frequently, and I like to change things up every now and then, but generally speaking, that's about the size of the rules. So I will enjoy some more of this 100% juice apple, a generic store brand product from the local Ralph's. While you take a moment, consider your options, and think real hard about where a secret Squirtle might be hiding. In the last hour of gameplay, Leanne has achieved 2 handgun levels, and Zephyr has achieved 4 machine gun levels. That's kind of interesting. I also got 4 grenade levels for Vashron. Yeah, I think we're doing a pretty good job of leveling. You had 100% orange juice today, but you prefer calling it 100% juice orange. You know, I've never actually seen 100% juice orange. Maybe there's a difference in the way those fruits are juiced as to, like, whether that's feasible. Acadius has 100% sweet tea. That seems very appropriate. That's very popular in the South, generally speaking, right? I never really got into... I don't really like any kind of tea because I'm a weirdo. I generally don't like warm beverages, which I'm sure I've talked about, but iced tea never really grabbed me either. I have less of an explanation for that. Alright, so we have guesses of behind Baby Yoda, behind Sleeping Evie's head, under the unicorn. Use some good guesses. As contrast, Alcades likes all tea. Alright, let's take a look. I guess we'll start with Yoda, who this time isn't hiding anything. He's just sort of propped up on giant Sleeping Evie's tail. I guess of under the unicorn. And I think someone had also guessed under Vaporeon. Really, under all of this pile is Laboon. Who's probably going to knock everything down. Laboon. I also had a guess of behind Sleeping Evie's head. And while I would say it's predominantly this Winnie the Pooh pile, concealing Squirtle, there's a little bit of him poking out behind Sleeping Evie as well. That's right. Big Squirtle is our secret Squirtle of the evening. Congratulations to Neko in chat for correctly locating the secret Squirtle. And to everybody playing along at home on the VOD, whatever time you may be watching this, if you found Squirtle too. I'm told that locating a secret Squirtle is good luck. I think he tells you a secret that'll help you along your way. Like that weird cowgirl that we encountered this chapter, who wanted a handgun ammo expander. If I had a bezel for every time that happened to me. Anyway, thanks to everybody for watching. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for being you. And I hope to see you again soon. I'll be streaming again tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. Pacific, here on twitch.tv/VascoTheGamer. I anticipate completing Chapter 7. We'll see how that plays out, and we'll start Chapter 8 and pick up from there. Like I said, I think we'll play through Resonance of Fate for the rest of February, and then maybe split our time doing a full run of this game, but also picking up a different game to mix things up a little bit. We'll see. But yeah, that'll do it for the stream. Thanks for watching. Hope you've had some fun. Have a great night, and good luck to those of you dealing with all the many problems in the world, including Alcadius with the weather situation there. I hope things warm up and you get your power and water working normally and all those things that we take for granted. Good luck with everything. Have a great night. Hope to see everybody tomorrow if you can. And if not, I'm sure I'll catch you some other time. Night, everybody.